What it do, motherfuckers? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Film Cave, episode number 89. No? Fuck, what are we in? I couldn't hear you. You muted. Oh, I didn't unmute you. Sorry.
You asshole. What an ass.
I don't...
Damn, I got the shit on the stick. We're on 88.
Fuck.
I'm pretty positive. Am I wrong?
Oh, no, you're right. It's 88.
Okay.
I was stupid.
It's all right.
It's your boy, Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan here. Episode 88. And the only reason I know that is because I make the thumbnails. So that's literally the only reason I know that. So there's no reason to hate. But yeah, we got, I actually am pretty excited for this show because our boys finally fucking caught up on House of the Dragon. And just before we even talk about it, it's not the greatest show of all time or anything. So like me, like what? It's not like it's Watchmen, right. Where you were like, watch the fucking show, and I didn't. But
very true, very true.
It's a big deal. You're gonna have people around you that watch it, and I think you're gonna be happy that you're now caught up.
Yes, now I don't have to be behind where the whole world is just clamoring and going crazy over this damn show. That's and correct. Me just out here being lost in the wilderness. But yeah, we got a great show for y'all tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, whether it is live and or on playback. Either one, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Really, really means a lot. That's how we truly, truly, truly know you love us. Hit that thumbs up and that notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop because you don't want to miss it. So with that being said, good sir, shall we begin?
I think we shall.
I think we shall. Absolutely. And be sure to stick around because towards the end of the show, we will be dedicating last few minutes, just to shoot the shit, dedicated specifically to y'all. For any questions, anything you feel like we missed, that's the time. All right. For those of you who do not know, some of you do, me and Logan are a couple of what, sir? Tell the people.
Fucking nerds, man.
A couple of fucking nerds, man, which means we talk about film any goddamn day. But there are other times we want to branch out. We want to step outside of the relationship a little bit and look at something else. But the world of film still finds a way to rear her beautiful head into the conversation because she's the one you just can't let go. Because why?
Jealous ass bitch, man.
She's a jealous ass bitch, man. We gotta do something about that. But until then, we have to call this segment. That took forever to kind of come through. Hey, it's out there in the world, y'all. Yeah. I'm doing my little old man jig. Y'all can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's great.
There. Yeah, thank you so much. Throwbacks. Nothing like it. All right. There's a particular fashion in which we go about out there in the world. Good sir. Do you mind telling the people what that fashion would be? I almost gave it away.
That would be traditionary fashion, my friend.
Yes, it shall. I'm thirsty. And in that fashion, sir, what do you have for us, please?
All right. Well, a thirsty ass motherfucker. We've got. Yeah, I guess first thing, since this is out there in the world, might as well. I did get the new iPhone.
That's right. That shit just dropped out of like nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah. So I got the new phone because I'm on like the upgrade every year thing now.
Oh, that's a thing. Okay.
Yeah, through Apple, I pay monthly the same price every year, no matter what the phone is.
I want that.
So it's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's expensive though. I think I pay $54 a month.
Okay.
But every year they announce the new phone. I can pre-order it, and they ship me the phone in a box, and I put my old phone in that box and send it back to them and get the new phone for the same monthly payment. So it's pretty nice for someone who's got the fear of missing out of like tech stuff, because I am an IT guy and a big ass nerd. it's nice to have, but also at the end of the day, it's not a very big upgrade. I mean, it's fine. I just got the new phone. So it's a good phone. It's got, I don't know if you watched anything about the new one, but
Not a single thing.
like it no longer has like the full blown notch. Now it has, they call it the dynamic island or whatever. And it's basically because it's got a pill shape. Let me see here. I can turn my dark mode off in that, because that's the whole thing. So basically, like this is just on the App Store, but now they made it to where that, as I'm getting a LinkedIn email, but instead of having the full notch, it's just got like a cutout so you can see around the notch.
Oh, gotcha.
And the thing is, if I got, like, let me just say I play music, which immediately mute it, but if I swipe music away, now my music is playing up in the top.
Oh, so
so it expanded that out, and I mean I can't, and then it'll open it back up, and then whoop, and it'll go back up into there. So it's pretty cool. But what's funny is because I use dark mode and like everything's black up there anyway, you don't really notice the beautiful animations and things. So it's just kind of like I don't even see it happen. But it's cool. It's nice. I'm glad I got it. But yeah, so I guess that's number one for out there in the world.
That's cute or whatever. I'm gonna figure it out. So another thing that dropped, which brings some high levels of excitement, at least for me and a lot of people apparently. We finally, after years of clamming and saying, hey, we want it, and fighting for it, we finally got a Constantine 2.
Oh yeah.
With Keanu Reeves coming up and with Francis Lawrence coming back to direct. This makes me very excited because the first Constantine is a guilty pleasure, and one apparently shared amongst many now over the years. So it was very, 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 very early stages, obviously, but it's finally here. We got our wish. Keanu got his wish because he's been fighting for that for ages. But now we're finally getting it. What do you think?
I've never seen Constantine.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a night.
Okay, but no, so here's the thing, though. So I actually have a lot of questions because, first of all, I know what the character, he's like a sorcerer type of situation. Like he can do things with his hands and make things happen. But so my question is, what's the movie like? Because it came out pretty early. Like I'm guessing effects weren't at a time where they would really display that on a massive level.
Not that bad.
But like, does the movie age well? Because obviously I'll have to watch the movie now at some point.
Right. It does age well, to be completely honest with you. It's tough because he's not like Strange level like hand stuff, but he can summon spells and deals with demons and hell and heaven and all this shit.
That's cool as fuck.
And it's just a badass.
But I mean, is the movie great? Like, Rotten Tomatoes is not like the tell-all, obviously, but like I'm gonna look it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's a classic, man. It's not like, oh my god, this is fucking Oscar level, but it's so goddamn fun, and it's just such a badass movie. Like it's great.
Okay.
Keanu's great in it. He's just really,
2005. Wow, that's funny.
And we got a young ass Shia LaBeouf in it.
Is Shia in that?
Shia's in it.
How funny.
Rachel Weisz. What's her name? Fucking Tilda Swinton. Everybody's in that bitch. It is great. So yeah, I advise checking that out sooner rather than later for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a fun time.
It's just interesting because like, do they? Oh, we've lost him. He is gone. As I'm asking him a question. Let's hope the prodigal son returns swiftly. But I'm just intrigued because this is a DC movie. And so I need to know, like, is it on HBO Max? Is it, kind of hidden that it's a DC film? I kind of need to do a little bit of research here. Oh, there he is.
And I don't know if it's on HBO Max. I have not checked that out, actually.
Okay.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. And it's not necessarily like a hidden DC. It's like part of like their darker.
But
at the
like,
time of Vertigo.
is it like in the opening credits? Does it say DC? Like, I mean, I would guess it would.
I don't recall. I don't remember like the opening like that. It
'Cause
was
that's
before
Batman
because-
Begins.
right, and like
So,
they
like-
really didn't have those DC like
Yeah,
intro
they didn't
things
want to
like
show that off. Yeah,
that. Yeah,
that's what I'm asking is like, because literally, but obviously before Batman Begins, they were trying to hide DC, you know, like, oh, superhero shit, like it wasn't a thing, you know, like for the most part. And so I would be interested if they were like, oh, let's take this character and make like a dramatic, dark, you know, action-ish film, and hide the fact that this is a comic book character because people won't watch it.
it's one of those that like it'll show up at the very end of like credits,
Right.
like DC Vertigo or whatever the fuck. Yeah, because back then, even with Batman, like they weren't throwing out DC logos in the beginning. I think
Right.
Dark Knight Rises was the first one of the trilogy that had.
Oh, really?
I think.
Well, actually, you might be right because they kind of go straight into the firing,
Yeah.
you know,
Like
Bat
nothing.
logo for Dark Knight. Okay.
So it could be. Could be wrong.
Dark Knight, really good film. If anybody hadn't watched it, god damn, it's fucking great, man.
It's fucking amazeballs. All right, what do you got?
Other thing I have is this is kind of funny because we've spoken about this, how we're like not excited. Apparently, Andor's fucking great. Have you been seeing this online?
I have been seeing this online, and apparently Obi-Wan was great too. So I don't know.
No, that is not. So here's one thing that I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit. As someone who is lucky enough to get the chance to see like Disney Plus shows early, you know, they send press screeners, and you have to log into this super secure portal thing and watch it and all that. But anyway, first of all, press got sent the first 3 episodes, which all 3 get released fucking tomorrow. Which is strange.
All 3?
Yeah. It starts with 3 episodes. I guess they're like, they have a finale date that they wanted to hit, so they're like, fuck it, just do the first 3. But press got those on Friday. Like all press, obviously, like high up people get, you know, probably a little bit earlier than that. But I didn't get to watch it because I had a super busy weekend. I was back at the beach house finishing it up, and so I didn't get to watch them, sadly. And now I wish I had the chance because apparently they're great. But Obi-Wan did not get press screeners. And when that was happening, when that was coming out, which like when I came and visited you, Obi-Wan was in Times Square. It was like coming out soon. I was fucking hyped for it. And I remember asking the guy that runs my site, like, hey, get in contact with somebody because we should be getting Obi-Wan screeners at some point. And the official word back from those people were, oh, Star Wars does not do screeners. And we were like, okay, Mandalorian got screeners,
Right.
but that's fine. Boba Fett did not. Why do you think that is? And so I just wanted to kind of point out to people because basically I have some people that I know that
you'll put respect on his name. It is Emmy Award-winning Boba Fett.
For what?
For special effects and shit.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fucking Disney Plus. I mean, they got that budget, but it's not going to be for screenplay. I mean, or acting. Like Amanda.
Boba Fett.
Could be score. I still love the fucking theme until the guy starts going hum da dum. But like before that, it's fucking dope.
It's still missing fucking Timothy Oliphant's score, which fucking angers me because it's
fantastic.
so great.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But anyways, that show did not get screeners, and Obi-Wan did not get screeners. And for anyone that doesn't really know, especially with movies, but also now that streaming services and shows are a thing, if a studio does not believe in a project, or like they think that giving press something early will cause bad word of mouth, they will delay it or not do it at all. And so, for instance, just in terms of most recent memory, Morbius had their only press screenings the Tuesday before it came out. So Tuesday it comes out, the embargo was Thursday. So they did not allow reviews to come out until the day of release. Because Thursday night premieres and all that. So
speaking of, your boy fucking broke another goddamn embargo.
Wait, what? Who?
Campia.
Did he really?
For fucking Andor.
Did he really? Oh my god, that's funny.
He broke it because he didn't get any screeners. He was like, technically, I don't have to abide by any little thingy-majiggy-bobby.
How do you see it?
He got invited by somebody who had a fucking screener, and then brought him, and then he went and tweeted about them before anything was able to come out.
God, he's such a fucking dick.
And
then, isn't that crazy?
And he was like, "Yeah, I have to abide by the law, so I just did it." Yada yada. His slightly, not even slightly arrogant self, and he did it. And everybody on the internet was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
So of course he said that the next day, somebody hit him up, was like, "Yeah, no." Like you can't, like Disney contacted him because he says that he asked it to begin with to be taken off the screeners. He's like, "Don't bring me for Disney stuff, nothing, yada yada yada." And then so he can find a way to do that shit. And he got kicked the fuck off, is what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So he's trying to make some shit up
for fucking Spider-Man, and then
exactly
did that shit
again. He's never gonna be invited to shit, or he shouldn't.
Yeah, no, never. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to throw that.
No, that's hilarious. I did not know that because he's such like not in my that reminds me, what the fuck was I looking at? It pissed me off. I shouldn't bring this up, but I don't give a fuck. But I can't fucking stand Tyrone Magnus. And
surprise there, duh.
Yeah, and I signed out of YouTube on something, and his video popped up as like a trending thing, and it was like a fake Black Panther trailer reaction. And I just sitting there, I'm like, God damn, like he's still chasing views like that. Like it pisses me off that he's like so like it's different. So funny, man. But
different, but yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there that
there he is.
Yeah, he's ready. But yeah, I wanted to throw that out there that I'm guessing Andor is actually pretty damn good because they put out the screeners. They they've hidden screeners before, and they put these out. So I'm actually excited. The only thing now is I have to go out of town again Thursday, and so I'm hoping I can even get to all 3 episodes. Like I mean, goddamn, I gotta watch 3 hours of content. Like that's a little frustrating. Because by the way, I haven't got to watch the new episode of Rings of Power either, so don't ask me about that shit. So yeah, exactly. So
I've seen a lot of mixed shit about that.
Okay.
About that show in general.
But yeah, I'm now interested in Andor because from what people have said, it's like a spy thriller and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited. I'm interested.
I'll watch it. It's not getting any reactions. I'm not getting a rush 3 a.m. fucking
right.
I just stay up to watch it. I'll get to it when I get to it, but I'm not in any type of rush. I'm sorry. Good for it. That is great, sure, but no rush.
I mean, I'm interested in it if it's not like it's honestly the thing. Obi-Wan, I had massive expectations and it needed to deliver. It didn't deliver at all.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
And this is the opposite. This doesn't need to deliver. So I have super low expectations. And if it's just a solid ass, at the end of the day, Rogue One is possibly the best Star Wars movie ever. Like in terms of it being so fucking rock solid of a movie.
He's the least interesting character out of all of them.
Well, he's the only one that was a part of the rebellion before. Like they couldn't do anything else. But
no, give me fucking Donnie Yen. Give me his story and his homie.
Okay,
what
well,
they're
he's
doing.
kind of.
And then
They're just kind of hanging out. They're Guardians of the Wills, man.
when we see them, we don't know what happens before. We don't know their life.
Donnie
I'd
Yen's
rather that.
fucking fantastic in that movie, though. Oh my god,
he
I was
is.
obsessed with his ass, man.
Are you
So
kidding me? I'm
fucking-
blind.
Yeah, they fucking they put that shit over him. I'm
Hell
blind.
yeah. Absolutely. I'd rather see them. Give me the history of Jen Erso and her
Yeah.
daddy and all them. I don't want to fucking see.
Well, that's in a
anymore.
book. I read
Yeah.
that book before the movie too, and it helped the movie a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Why the woman get a book and the man get a movie? No, let me stop.
Hello?
But yeah, that's felt like being toxic. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm no fucking
Yeah.
rush. But yes, so Kenya came in talking about it already. Hellraiser. They dropped a lovely hoolified trailer. Hoolified. Which looks pretty goddamn solid, man. I love the way she looks. I love the way she sounds. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Going back to the roots of the book, having Lady Razor coming up and fucking people up. And it looks like it, I hope it's as gory as the originals, if not more. And the book, please. I don't need no watered down ass Hellraiser because that would make me upset. Yeah, it's actually funny. The person who hates horror movies the most is the one who brought it to the attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, as of you, just literally watching this before we came on, what did you think?
Well, so I gotta preface this similar to Constantine. I've never seen fucking Hellraiser. I don't know. I just know Pinhead. Like I knew who Pinhead was and what he looked like from the original movie. But what I gotta admit is trailer looks really good if you're interested in horror movies. I'm not, but it looks fucking high quality. It looks like it could be scary as shit. All those things. My only problem is I did not know until I looked at it because I think it was Rotten Tomatoes YouTube channel as the thumbnail that I saw earlier. It was when I was setting up the stream. I did it at lunch, and I just saw on YouTube the thumbnail for somebody else that had reposted it, and it was I think the same shot from the other thumbnail, but not the official one. So it didn't have any of the text on it, and I did not find out until right before we started this when I looked it up on the official 20th Century or whoever made it channel that it's Hulu. And that immediately really puts me on my heels because Prey's fucking bad, man. Like the trailers for Prey are so good and the movie's garbage. And the effects in that movie are not great. And this looks like it has more effects, even surprisingly so.
Well, that's what I'm worried about because the original is very, very, very heavy in practical effects.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it does this because Clive Barker and all that, it's very heavy on the body horror, and which established a lot and inspired a lot of that body art that people do, like body mods and stuff like that. Like Hellraiser is huge for that. So I'm hoping that this movie sticks to its practical oats and does not pull a thing and just go all CGI with the shit.
Well, and I mean that was the thing is what stuck out to me immediately was this puzzle thing,
right?
And it's like CG. It looks like when it's moving around and they're pushing on it. I think it's all CG.
That could be. In the original, it was horribly CG, but
and so I'm just surprised because I mean that's unnecessarily CG. I think at least for a lot of the shots that I saw, it looked good because it's in a trailer, so it's finished, and they're not gonna just immediately show you it's bad. But yeah, man, like I can appreciate when horror movies are great and people say that they're great. And like, I know The Conjuring is great. Conjuring's just a great movie. I don't even care that it's horror. Like that's how good of a movie that is. Or It Chapter 1, I think is so fucking great.
yeah, it is.
And that I look at that more as a thriller than I do a horror movie, and I enjoy the hell out of it. And so I can appreciate them. I just am not super interested in, tons of gore and like jump scares and things like that. I'm just not. But
love that shit.
This trailer looks really damn good, and I'm gonna be very disappointed if when this thing comes out and people start to watch it, it's terrible. And the amount of people did you see Prey? You watched Prey?
Yeah.
1 to 10, what is it?
1 to 10, I give it about 6.5, 7.
God, man, I mean, I'm thinking like maybe 5.5 for me, something like that. It's so bad, but like, I'm hoping this is great because the trailers for Prey sold me on that shit.
Right.
And this, if I was into horror at all, I'd be all about it with this trailer. So we'll see.
I don't know, because this is too relevant and this is getting too criminal. I feel like we just figure out a way to just have a series where just Logan just watches fucking horror movie, popular horror movies, and then put reactions up on YouTube. I'll fucking edit them if I have to. We have to get you on pop culture movies, man. Like, it's too many.
Not even that. It's just like, okay, I am literally like allergic to jump scares. Like, that kind of stuff is not fun for me. Like getting scared. So like,
what do you mean allergic? Like what?
Like if I get a jump scare in a movie, I think it's cheap. And like, okay, you can't scare me with environment and with eeriness and with like Quiet Place, especially Quiet Place 1. Obviously 2 is just a continuation and it's the same, but like A Quiet Place 1 blew me away with its execution of scaring me by actually letting me see everything happen, but the characters don't know that the monster is right there. And I'm terrified for them. But jump scares don't need to happen, for that to happen, for me to like it. But for instance, in that movie, I remember like the 2 jump scares, that one in Quiet Place and one in It Chapter 1, that I was like unnecessary. And in A Quiet Place, it's the raccoon
getting fucking
falls,
smashed.
And then also like that's the scare that you're like, oh, and then it's a raccoon, you're like, oh, that's funny. And then boom, it fucking gets destroyed. And the whenever it gets destroyed is a jump scare. And I remember being like, oh my fuck. Like why? And it's still great, but it was just like, but then the other one is in It Chapter 1.
So if it's the one you're talking about, that's a great fucking jump scare though, dude.
Well, which one is it? Is it in a bathroom?
Yeah, the turnaround choke.
When she turns around. I mean, I'm talking, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
and I was just like, why? And like, but I'm also like, you gotta just realize for me, like, I would guess you're probably a fan of roller coasters. Like,
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, I don't like roller coasters. I don't think they're fun at all.
I'm getting a lot more hesitant these days of going on them. Just every other fucking videos, like.
Yeah, that's correct. Did you see the one on TikTok of it all falling apart? Have you seen that one yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
The fuck, he looked down like the thing shaking.
Yep, and he's like, you see that cable? That cable's supposed to be connected to that hook, and it's not. But I'm gonna get on it anyway.
The one where they do like the high top one, and when it's supposed to slow down, when it goes, it doesn't. It just fucking slams the fucking ground.
No.
Oh my god.
I still like. Oh, I can't fucking believe that my parents let me get on roller coasters in the first place growing up. Like these fucking carnies, they don't know how to put shit together. And I'm on the one. My sister would make me go on the one. It was called the Freak Out. Was the one from my local fair, and it's a pendulum, and then the pendulum's also spinning at the same time as it's swinging, and it's fucking massive.
That's the one at Six Flags.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Which is great. But...
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Like I don't like roller coasters at all, and my sister would always make me get on that one. But it's that thing. Like so, yeah. Like what Kenya's saying, it's an adrenaline rush, and he enjoys it.
Yeah.
In terms of horror movies, and I just don't like. I get that from thrillers. I don't get it from jump scares and things like that. So that's just me personally, though.
It's when it's done right. Like everything's like I love. Like I said, I don't get scared regardless. Like nothing. I don't even flinch. Nothing. So it doesn't matter to me. But atmospheric horror, like you said, is really fucking great. That's why I'll always admire and love Don't Breathe. I know you haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
But it's fucking phenomenal, and has put at such a high praise because it is so just atmospheric, and it's like holy fuck, like you're tense the whole time.
Yeah,
The second one, I don't know what the fuck they just
they just need to make some money.
yeah, absolutely. But the first one is classic for that reason. But yeah. So you guys let us know if you should hound Logan, like, yeah, start like a horror and like popular.
Well, I mean,
movie
it would be a
franchise
thing
series.
where like Kenya would have to come, like he'd be the one that would come watch, and I'd just somehow film
Put
me
him in
sitting
it
on the
too.
couch.
Yes, shit. Put both on and I'll be right there, and I'll fucking edit it out or get somebody to whichever one. But we
I
need to
mean,
get you caught.
if it's just the
caught
whole
up, man.
thing, well, like you want them on YouTube. I don't fuck with YouTube like that anymore. But it's
It's
fine.
all right. Just put him on mine.
But,
I'll
like,
do all that.
that's the
and
thing,
just
though,
put it
is
up.
you're expecting me to like do a jump scare and like freak out, and that's
No,
not.
I just want to see how you react to these movies of pop culture that you have not seen.
Then couldn't I just do like reviews afterwards?
What do you mean do a review? Yeah, sure, do a review after it. Shit, but we want to see your shit. The thing is, when you watch movies,
Yeah.
you're reacting even if you don't know you're reacting. That's
oh no,
the
that's
thing.
true.
So it's just like,
Yeah. That's correct.
and even during it, you'll say some shit like with us
Yeah.
dogging it up, like, oh, you like it, and you're
Yeah.
subtle unless there's a time where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting part about it, of how you think about these films that have been through fucking history, I guess, what the fuck you want to
Yeah.
call it, and to see you talk about it, it'll be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And while
That-
Kenya is hyping you up and doing whatever, I don't know.
That reminds me. I saw a clip today on Twitter of Spielberg talking about The Shining, and I've seen The Shining one time, and it was within the last 2 years that I watched it.
Hey, Riley.
Um,
That's another one,
and
Tales from the Hood classic.
but I saw The Shining, and I think it's fucking terrible. Like I was like, who likes this? This is not good at all.
I find it very boring. I'm not
And
going to.
yeah, okay, thank you. And Spielberg was like, I got confronted by Kubrick, and he was asking me what I thought of his movie that I saw, and he's like, I didn't like it. So I was just telling him all the things I did like about it, and then eventually Kubrick was like, so you didn't like my picture? And he's like, tell me what you didn't like. And Kubrick basically, like, it was more of a lesson on like people like different things. And
But Stephen King doesn't like a lot of his adaptations.
no,
his
Spielberg.
movies.
Spielberg talking.
Oh, Spielberg.
Yeah. So Spielberg did not like The Shining at first. And he did it before he explained the story. He said, I've now seen that movie 18 times and I love it, because you need to see it more than once to love it, which made me go, oh, maybe I need to watch it again. But I know I'm good.
Not really.
But basically Kubrick was like, name your top 5 actors of all time to Spielberg, and he named off 5 of them. And Kubrick said, you're not going to put this guy in your top 5? And he's like, oh man, he's up there, but he's not in my top 5. And he goes, okay, well, he's my number 1. And Spielberg was saying that Jack Nicholson was like over the top. And he was like, Nicholson's performance is exactly what I wanted, because it's like this guy. And so it was kind of a cool lesson, but it just made me feel better that Spielberg didn't like The Shining at first. And when I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's, it's fine, I guess, but like, I didn't care for it at all, really. Like, I never want to watch it again. And I don't know. It's interesting to see though. So I'm just scared that I'm going to watch these fucking movies that are diehard classics from all these people and not like a single one of them. Like,
And that'll be entertaining to see.
no, it won't. I'd lose every subscriber I fucking have. Like, I mean, that's just the way it goes, man. It's funny though.
We'll see. Yeah, Kenya, I agree with you 110%. So Tales from the Hood is before we move on, and that's all I have for Out There in the World. You're done, right?
Yeah,
You have anything else? Okay. So Tales of the Hood is an old school horror film. It's like an anthology film. Where you get different stories of all this, and at the end you find out, oh my God, they all connect.
Okay.
And it's a black film, so it's predominantly black, so it deals with those things.
Gotcha.
And the segment that Kenny is talking about is about this senator who is running for office, who is staying on a plantation.
Ooh.
And it's a haunted plantation, of course, all the slaves and
Yeah.
this woman was there. I forgot what her name was, but she would make these dolls, and she would she'd be respected amongst all the slaves and whatnot. She died, obviously on some racist shit. So the soul's haunted. So him basically making a mockery of that and using that for like his, campaign and all this shit.
Yeah, the political shit.
Right. He ends up like waking some shit up, doing some wrong and all type of shit. And these dolls start coming alive with the souls of the slaves. These little dolls back then were so fucking freaky. And the main one, it was just one terrorizing throughout this whole shit. It's ridiculous. I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And it's creepy but hilarious at the same time because the senator is so country as fuck. And it just keeps throwing around all these slurs to like insult
Oh God.
the dolls. But it's so over the top. Like you could tell it's very deliberate.
Right.
But it's hilarious. Like never mind. I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. But it's hilarious.
Why wouldn't you say it? Go ahead.
It's him just running around.
Is it that bad?
It's the N word, but it's just
Go
like
ahead.
he just thinks like running like, oh, you think I'm scared? You little nigger dolls. Run around.
God.
Get me running around here. Oh, but every time I would die, every time he say, you little nigger dolls. I was like, what the fuck?
So what I'm trying to figure
weird.
out is, first of all, do you know what year this came out?
Oh, like 95
Okay, so the year I was born,
type
year
shit.
Kenya was born, probably maybe 94 for him. But why are y'all watching this as kids? I'm trying to figure out what fucking
Bro.
why did this become a thing for parents to say, yeah, go ahead and watch Tales of the Hood? Like,
me and my family grew up like watching movies together, but specifically horror movies. Yeah, 95. I was right. Why didn't they ask me that on fucking Schmodown? God damn it.
no kidding.
So yeah, watching horror movies was just a regular thing for me as a kid. Like The Exorcist and all this shit. Like I'm fucking drooling watching The Exorcist, like ha! But everyone's like, it's the scariest movie in the world. I'm sitting there laughing. It's just how it was for us.
You're just fucked up. Okay, I got you.
Yep. Maybe. That's probably why I don't have a soul today. Because I just grew up just watching
Sure.
shit. But yeah, and there was another story about like police brutality on a popular black figure, and he comes back as like a zombie and like fucks people up, but he used to creep the fuck out of me too. Because he had that Candyman voice and shit.
That's what I was about to say, is it almost sounds like, was the new Candyman trying to bring aspects of that into, because they made it so much about race and all that kind of stuff.
That could be it. They could drew inspiration from that.
Yeah. Like trying to get a mixture of those, which obviously
because that movie
seemed to not be happy, but
yeah, no, because that shit went heavy into the race and all this other shit. That's like, that's not what the first one in this was about, really, but it's okay. But that's pretty much it. But it could have been inspired, but it's good.
Okay.
The abusive stepdad. Oh yeah, the boogeyman. That shit was great.
Oh my God, this is funny. Poopy pants. My parents are immigrants, so they didn't know shit, so I got a free pass. That's how you just got to watch what the fuck ever you wanted to growing up.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the 90s were heavy for that. But anyway, okay. So that's gonna do it for Out There in the World. Ooh, excuse me more. If there's anything you felt like we've missed, please. Right, those all Frenchy French. That's all I know. If you feel like there's anything that we missed, please let it be known in the live chat or the comment section below during playback, and we will revisit it at the end of the show. Because we got some shows myself to get into. Clarence Williams III, yeah, he was great. I don't want to give it away, but yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Goddamn T-Rex out there.
Torque. Biker Boys. Okay. Let's play some catch up first. I am now officially caught up in the world of Westeros and dragons and incest and bullshit and everything.
Bullshit.
House of Dragon debuted its latest episode while I caught up on all of them.
That's correct.
So I essentially got no sleep yesterday and just
I know.
binged
What time did you start?
all of it, like 11.
Yo, fucking, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, because here's a funny shit.
Oh,
Remember when
no.
I told you, like, hey, like I can't do it because my subscription and all that has expired. I didn't
Yeah.
re-up, yada yada yada. So I'm here. It's getting late, and I was busy throughout the day, so I really couldn't do it throughout then. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's get into it. Let me go, get ready to pay this fucking arm and a goddamn leg worth of subscription and see what's up.
Yeah.
So I go on Hulu. I'm like, okay, let's do this, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, where the fuck is my balance? Where do I pay this shit? And I go to look. My shit never expired the entire fucking time. So I could have easily been watching this shit as it was.
Are you fucking me right now?
So that I just went and blasted through all of it because the whole time I had my Hulu and HBO Max and was
That
under
is
the.
funny as shit.
So I'm guessing at some point when it did expire, it went in and took the shit out before I even knew.
Yeah, it
Like, I
re-upped
didn't even
without
know.
you noticing.
Right. And the whole time it's like, yeah, you got it, homie. Here you go. So I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck. So before we get into 5, I just want to give my quick little, because now I can talk about some shit.
Yeah, no, please.
From what I can remember, because you know it's Game of Thrones, so it's all this hive who category of the who babadibidi and all this shit.
Correct.
I'm like, okay, fine. From what I gathered, so far I like it. It's cool. I
Okay.
like the show. It's not the best thing in the world, but I dig it.
Yeah.
It started winning me over the further it got along. But I know this is 172 years before the reign, even birth of Daenerys.
Yeah.
We have King Viserys.
Viserys.
King V is you know, he's the king of all Westeros and the lands and all this other shit. And he has his daughter Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra.
Where the fuck Rhaenyra?
Watch 5 hours of that shit. Can't remember a goddamn name.
Nope, that's what I know. It's like it's pure subtitles, brother.
Yeah.
I really like the king. He's starting to show as it goes on. You start to see his flaws and what he should and shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
He leads with heart instead of, logic in terms of running his kingdom and who he'd wed. The mama, boy, did she get fucked up.
Yeah. So you remember the controversy of all that now, and now you got to see it. What'd you think?
I did. I was like, bro, and this is where I think he learned the lesson of that, because that was the only time during the show he led with arrogance and logic in terms of the throne.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, no, save the baby. I need an heir. I need this, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And every other move since then has kind of been from the heart. It's like, listen, this is what I feel should be the thing versus what's best for the kingdom. But yeah, that shit sucked. When I was like, bro, you can at least look me in my fucking eye when you're about to just like slaughter me. Like, what's happening? Oh my God, yada, yada, yada.
That's the rough part. Because
bro.
the doctor says she can't get the baby out.
Yeah.
So she's going to die and the baby's going to die. Or we can try to save the baby. Either way, she's dead.
Right.
And so the logical decision is C-section. Like, obviously this is very early C-section. It's a fucking, it's a T-section. It's not a C-section. It's fucking awful. It's terrible.
With a little ass scalpel, so you're just like,
just fucking go all the way up. Oh God damn.
I was like,
but
Jesus.
But the part that is terrible, and it's done purposeful, but the way the wife is like, what are you doing to me? I'm scared. I don't want this. What's happening? And it's like,
that sucked.
That is really tough to watch.
Yeah, and it's like the realization minute he said, I love you. And she's like, oh yeah, no. Like, dude, what do you, yeah. So I was like, fuck. So he has his baby dead anyway. So you lost both. So now everybody's up his ass, like you said. They're like, yeah, you need an heir, homie. He was like, yeah, I got one. This chick right here,
It's my girl right here.
my daughter.
Because Damon's a
My fucking
biatch.
Damon is running around here like goddamn, like he's a king himself.
Yep.
Arrogant motherfucker. Gets his ass whooped in the goddamn tournament, talking all that shit. I was like, okay, maybe this will humble you. Nope, not at all. So Damon that's an interesting character, bro.
Yeah, correct.
Rhaenyra, let's say Rhaenyra again. She is having an interesting turn for me. And I liked her first, and now I'm giving you the side eye. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Especially with episode 5 and 4.
Mhm.
I'm like, where are you going with all of this? And why are you just so enthralled by this fucking man? Ugh. So the king is, I'm not going to do episode by episode. I'm just going to generally speak.
Yeah.
But like, the king is dying. He's getting fucking, I don't know if it's cancer or just rotting the fucking away.
So I did just learn from Patty, the actor's name is Patty. He did an interview and he said that it is, oh God, now I'm going to, leprosy. It's a form of leprosy, which I don't know anything about that, but that's apparently what is destroying him. But
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, over time, he's progressively getting worse.
Correct.
And his council keeps advising him, you need an heir, you need this, you need to wed. Excuse me, you need all these things to save our kingdom because these others are thinking and finding you weak. Like, you need to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, the house, or what's his name? Lord fucking Carlton? What's his name? What's his name? Cultus?
Valerian? Or
No, the Lord himself. Is it Lord Cultus? Or I know he's of Valeria, but what is Valerian?
Oh, Corlys, I think is his
Corlys
name.
or something like that. Yeah.
Talking about black guy with white dreads.
Yeah, black guy, white dreads. He's
Yeah.
married to his cousin.
That's correct.
It's like, listen, marry my fucking 5-year-old daughter. And then fucking,
she was fucking like 11 or something crazy.
oh my god, she was like, I would bear you children. But this, I was like, stop
Yeah.
talking.
And he's like, what'd your mom say? And she's like, I don't have to bed you until I'm 14. And it's
Yeah.
like, God damn, man.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's terrible.
Really? So he says, yeah, fuck that. I'm going to marry my hand's daughter, and my daughter's fucking homegirl. That's who I'm going to marry, because this slick ass behind the scenes fucking new Littlefinger ass bastard is like, hey, he just lost his wife. Go comfort him. Fucking Lizard over here doing plans in the background.
Otto, your bitch ass.
Right, fucking Otto. And I mean literal Lizard because he played the lizard. So I'm like, this is insane. So that plan worked. Daemon has been over there along with Lord Carlton, been fighting the war against the fucking crab feeder, who is taking control of all their ports and all
fucking
this
their
shit.
ships up and all that.
Right, so fucking with their money. Because the king sent Daemon away. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, you're too much. Goodbye, get out of my face. So they partnered up, did all that. Daemon goes on his own to go fuck up the crab feeder. After getting a message from the king, he's like, yeah, homie, we're gonna help you out. Here's 10 ships, do what you want. But he said, yeah, no, fuck that, I'm good. Dragon, cut that fucker in half.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I was like, oh my god. Cause at first I'm like, who is this crab fucker? How does he have so many people now? And why is it so hard to kill this man? Oh, because he's hiding in a cave.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. So can't. I was like, you fuckers have dragons. Go kill him. I was like, oh, he's in a cave. Can't really do anything with that.
Yeah.
So he does that. He comes back. He's like, hey, brother, filthy, all this other shit. And of course, we keep jumping time and time. So now a son's born, and she's pregnant again, and all type of shit. And Rhaenyra's like, you're gonna get rid of me. And she's like, no, bitch, you're here. You're it.
Yeah.
Go find me a knight. She finds a knight out of a bunch of doofuses who don't know how to fight, except for one. Hires him. You can already tell, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a little thing. Okay. So then Damon comes back and she's immediately fucking horny. She's like, oh my God, and all type of shit. And he's just chilling. It seems like he's changed, matured as it were. But then nope, comes back. He says, hey, my princess lady, let's go about the town. So she comes about looking like fucking Oliver Twist, running around the city with Damon. And then they go to the brothel. And obviously she ain't been touched by no damn body. So her uncle's like, yeah, people fuck, man and woman.
For pleasure.
Yeah, have fun. And just starts making out with her. And they just going ham. I'm like, what is... Y'all incest knows no bounds. So, of course, he's like, yeah, I'm about to get this ass. And then stops. He's like, yeah, I can't. Leaves. They both leave. And little boy is like, hey, that's weird. Let me go tell some people.
I saw y'all.
Right. Kind of saw you. Just a little bit. And she comes back and is like, well, now I'm fucking horny. Now what do I do? And she sees Mr. Knight in shining armor.
Mr. Kristen Cole.
Right. Fucks the dog shit out of him. And he's like, listen, because he's very by the book. Like, I swore it. I can't, yada, yada, yada. But he said this ass too good. And he took it. So now rumors are spreading around as the king is trying to get shit, together and trying to get her wed and going on hunts and shit and having realizations of himself because he's failing as this and failing as that and the kingdom this, the kingdom that. Shit's falling apart. So now word's getting around like, hey, your daughter and your brother was out there fucking, homie. You need to figure something out. We have this little boy witness who saw them. So, of course, and this is where the turnaround for me with Rhaenyra. It's just like, one, why you want this fucker? Two, bitch, you lying. Hardcore.
What's she lying about?
Fucking Damon never touched me, I swear.
She's talking about sexually. Like, what could hurt her reputation?
Sexually? Bitch, he was making all up with her. He was about dick to ass, pants down, rubbing all over titties, everything.
The whole point is, this is terrible, but as a woman, if she's had sex at all, if anybody's touched her down there, she's like no longer valuable.
Yeah, no, she's worthless.
Which is horrible. But that is, so she's like, no, he never touched me like that. And she's not telling him, I tried. He bitched out.
Right. She's like, I was for it. My pants was down, his hand was on my puss and everything.
Yeah.
But it never went in.
Yeah.
But I did get fucked by the night, though.
Yeah,
so
she ain't talking about. That's not the questions they were asking.
It's not the question she was asking, so I wasn't mad at that. Because I like that pairing better than her and fucking Damon. So I was like, all right, cool. So the nosy ass queen and the nosy ass fucking limp fucker was like, hey, I saw such and such bring her some tea.
I saw a Plan B delivery.
Right, exactly. So sorry to hear that she's so terribly sick. I was like, mind your business, homie. Like, what the fuck? And then it caused this bitch to get nosy. And then on the day when she finally was like, listen, the king was like, you shut the fuck up. You're marrying Lord fucking Laenor or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're going to unite our houses because it's long fucking overdue. Thank you.
Yeah.
So she does that, comes to find out homie likes the duh. And was like, I don't want to wed you, bro. I like dick. Like, I don't want this any more than you do. She's like, you know what? Let's have a plan. We'll show face. We'll get married for the sake of our kingdoms. But you go on and fuck who you want. Yeah. I'll go on and fuck who I want.
I also like dick and we can do our own thing.
We can share it together. Maybe we can all have dick together one night. Yeah. Who knows? That's the beauty of it. Absolutely. So that happens. The knight is like, hey, since we fucked, by the way, a little bit, I fucked over my honor and all disgrace to myself and everything I stood for. Let's run away together. Let's get married and go to a little ass town and just be free. Yeah. She's like, bitch, I'm royalty. What do you think?
I'm about to be the fucking queen.
Right. What the fuck? But it's okay. I'm gonna get married. We can still fuck though. It's all right.
Yeah.
Calm down, baby cakes. So he doesn't like that.
And he's like,
crying.
oh, I'm your whore, huh?
Right.
She's
I'm
like,
your
yeah,
whore. It's like, yes, you're
Yeah.
beneath me. You're my whore.
it's correct.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Get with it or get the fuck off the ship.
You're gonna fuck
Literally.
me, and then you're gonna protect me, and if you die, I'm gonna replace your ass.
Right, basically, because I'm the shit. Thank you so much. So he runs off storming. We're in celebration night, and this is when the queen is just, I'm like, oh, you bitch. So she's just lurking around, being nosy, getting side information, and she bitched the fuck out of the knight. He's like, so I've heard some things going on, and such this and that. And he immediately was like, it was me, ma'am, madam, your grace. I did this, that, and the third. I'm like,
Madam, your grace.
I'm like, dear God.
Yeah.
So she fucking,
Because he doesn't know the rumors about Damon. Because
right.
that's very secretive,
Absolutely.
high key shit. So he thinks she's talking about him.
Yeah, because Rhaenyra
He's like, it's
lied to
true.
this bitch. It was like, you ain't never touched me. We want to fuck the night.
Yeah.
Damon actually came clean and was like, yeah, no, I fucked her, wedded to me, this, that, and that. He lying to get some power. So now both ends have two different stories, and now we have this night fucker in the middle. It's like, yeah, throw me in the mix too. I did it. So the queen's like, what? So it's
God,
like,
Rhaenyra fuck everybody?
exactly. Like, bitch, you had a night. So the celebration happens. She comes late, rudely. It's like, oh, bitch, the nerve. So she comes up. They're about to have celebration.
But she shows up wearing her house's colors
of war. Right.
So that tells everyone she has made a decision. She has chosen a side, and that is that her kid is going to be the heir at some point.
And now she's about to be annoying as fuck. So I'm like, you're
Yeah.
causing problems. Everyone's causing problems. So the resident gays were like, yo, that's the homie she fucking. Look at his face.
Yeah, he's all pissed.
Right. And then see, and he truly did some gay shit too, because gay's just so fucking gossipy and messy. Oh, can't stand my people sometimes. He went over that motherfucker and was like, hey, I know what's up.
Yeah, we got some common interests.
Yeah. Hey, yada, 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 boom, 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 bam, in your face. I'm out. He didn't like that and proceeds to beat the living fuck
Beat him to death
out of this man and smashing his head in front of his lover and everyone else.
Everyone.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, you unstable man?
Yeah.
Oh, and the king fucking passes out in the middle of all this shit too. I was like, oh.
At the end of the wedding, yeah.
At the wedding, this fucking drops because during the fight he starts leaking, just like, oh fuck, what's
right?
happening?
Yeah.
Where's my daughter? I don't know what's going on.
I get hit.
Right.
He's like, oh shit, I didn't notice.
Which one of y'all kicked me? So,
oh man,
there's just, I love the setup that we're getting. I love the buildup that we're getting. It's leading up to a lot of shit about to go down, it seems. But I really like the characters. They're making me hate them. They're making me question them. They're making me like them. Just everything. And everyone has their own fucking motives. Otto's gone. King said, yeah, fuck you and your scheme. I know what's going on.
Which I'm happy
My daughter
about.
told me everything. Peace out. So now, sir, what do you think? What's going on?
I mean, so first of all, I'm sure you were fucking exhausted by the time you got to the last episode, but did you happen to watch the trailer for the next episode after the fact?
No.
Okay.
I was looking for it, but I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But basically,
it's a jump. It's
10 years, 10-year jump, and Rhaenyra and Alicent, the queen, are now recast.
Yeah.
Different actresses. So Alicent, the queen, is the girl from Ready Player One, and then Rhaenyra is played by Emma D'Arcy. I can't remember what show she's from. But I'm nervous for this recast because I have grown very fond of Rhaenyra, the actress, so far.
Right.
And also with what I saw in the trailer for the next episode, I'm scared that because Rhaenyra looks bad, like she looks stupid. And mixing that with a recast, I'm scared that people might not be sold on the character because, I mean, it's not really a spoiler because it's going to happen and it's in the trailer for this, but basically
trailers.
It's 10 years later and she has 3 kids and they're all very white and brunette haired. And people are going, do you think no one has eyes? We know that's not the king's children. And you're supposed to be the heir. You're supposed to be royalty. You're not supposed to be fucking around. Who the fuck's kids are these? And it's basically all, you know, in Alicent's plan of we got to ruin her reputation so she loses the heir.
See, why does it gotta be the brother? You gotta sprung on some not my baby type shit. Game of Thrones.
Well, he don't want it.
He don't want it.
But also like, fuck him. Just have his kid and then fuck other people. Like, but don't let nobody else come in you.
Or have him come in a cup and just be like, here.
Like,
do something.
Sure, I mean, sure. Have him fuck this guy and then just pull out and go in this one. Like, I mean, like, if you can't get there, get there. I mean, you could do it. Like, but have his kids. You got to have the heirs.
Right.
But yeah, so basically, and also from what I understand, they are not Kristen's kids. She's no longer fucking him. I think he's done with that because he was about to kill himself because of his honor and all that. And
I was like, let him
you
do
know,
it.
Alicent, I know exactly. I thought it would have been a great ending to his character of like, no, because that's the whole thing is he kills the boyfriend and he's going to kill himself because he's like, this is a massive secret. It's my honor to protect the royal house. It's my honor. Currently, it's my job to protect that girl solely. And if anyone finds out about this stuff, she is going to be in trouble, and so am I. So let me kill the, like you said, the gossipy gay. Let me kill him. Let me kill myself, and no one else knows but the queen and Rhaenyra. And the queen stops him. And so from
he
what
just didn't want to be the side hoe. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's a bitch. I mean,
it's like you fuck all up because
you got to think about the time jumps too, where because before he was a knight, he was fucking around like crazy because he's a dude and he was a lord of whatever, not a big name, but he was high up in some area, and he was getting it all day long. And then you come a night and you have to be abstinent. He's been abstinent for like 8 years or something like that with the time jumps.
It's your choice, motherfucker. Don't
that's
be ruining
exactly
other
right.
people's stuff.
What? But she didn't give him a choice. But also like, hey man, take what you're getting and just roll with it.
Listen,
like,
she didn't say, as your princess, I command you to get this pussy. She didn't say that.
That's true.
She was just kept pulling him over. He just kept going with it. I'll be like, bitch, no, I got a job.
Right.
Good night.
Yeah, no,
Touch
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
didn't say none of that.
Yeah.
Now, if she would have said your princess orders you, then it's like, well, now you're fucked.
Yeah,
but
that's
literally.
correct. All the way, yeah.
Right, but he didn't. So, no, I want to hear that shit. Fucked up, man. Fucked up.
But yeah, so from what I understand, because now with this time jump, we're going to have brand new characters and whatever, because it's been 10 years. And so from what I understand, these are 3 children by a different knight. Because you see somebody get a close-up shot of his face, and it looks like the uglier version of Kristen.
It's a Lannister.
No, definitely not a Lannister. Lannisters are blonde.
Those fucking
they're douches.
twins.
Right?
Were like, I was like, what the fuck? Well, not even both of them, just one. That's the one that talked.
Well, and that's what's funny is that's actually one actor, and he has to do it twice.
Oh, fucker from Halloween.
But yeah, I mean, this episode's pretty good. I'm nervous for the recast, but I like what I'm seeing. Certain things like what you were talking about is like with the king, and there's just like kind of lore behind the Iron Throne and how he keeps getting injured by the throne, keeps getting cut. And the whole thing is like, if you're not worthy to sit on the throne cuts you, is kind of like the lore behind it. What was that?
Yeah, freak me the fuck out.
Yeah. And because it's also a thing of like someone who is worthy to sit on the throne knows how to sit on it without getting cut is like really the situation. And so that's why when you see in that first, I think it's that first episode,
cut on his hand.
Well, yeah, but Daemon when Daemon shows up, he's on the throne with Rhaenyra walking in, which is like a big no-no, by the way. Like, if anybody else
Right.
saw that, they'd freak the fuck out. But Daemon's sitting there, and if you notice, he's like sitting off of it, like he's like leaning forward and like in a weird way, and it's because he knows how the fuck to sit without getting cut. And that's just like the way that those things work. So like once you get later on, like the first season of Game of Thrones, the Eddard Stark, that is like the greatest character ever, and then he ends up getting killed at the end of the first season, but he's the main character. And the main poster for season 1 of Game of Thrones is him on the Iron Throne leaning on his sword. He's like off of the throne and leaning, and it's because he knows not to sit back on that or you'll get cut. And it's because he would be the perfect king. Like, he's made for that because he's stern but fair, and honor and all that. But anyway, so it's cool lore. Viserys is a terrible king because he's actually a good man, a good
Right.
person.
There'll be no songs about me.
Yeah. And but also in the trailer, that motherfucker's still alive. So get ready. You're still going to see King Viserys, even though he collapsed at the end. He looks like shit, but he's still kicking around 10 years later.
I'm sure.
So,
I was like, nobody else is aging around here but the children.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Everybody still looks the same. It's hard to tell because everybody got white fucking
Yeah.
hair. So I was like,
Yeah, that's correct.
whatever.
But, which that's one thing too they talked about for the behind the scenes, that every episode for Viserys they just keep moving his hairline back
Yeah, I saw that.
a little bit.
It was thinning out right here.
Yeah.
On this episode.
But yeah, so I'm glad you caught up. I'm hoping this show ends up being incredible, because right now, I mean, it's good.
It's good.
It's intriguing. The dragons are cool, because eventually the whole point of the show is it's the Targaryen civil war, and it's dragons versus dragons at some point. So when the fuck does that happen? I don't know, but I'm excited for some crazy shit to go down at some point.
I like the little prophecies that he keeps telling, Rhaenyra, like on the sword, like on the dagger and all that shit about the fire and ice. I'm like, oh, your future's with stalks and shit, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was dope. Matt Smith, I think, is killing it.
Oh God, yeah.
Like ridiculously. And it worked. His face works for like all
God,
of
he's so
this
fucking
shit.
yeah. He's fucked up.
I'm like, whoa, like the looks he makes, the subtleties, just his voice, like he commands a lot in that show, and I love it.
Yeah.
Even though he's fucked up beyond belief.
Yeah.
Went and killed his old wife, the bronzed bitch.
Oh my God, yeah. Jesus.
It's like, I know you couldn't finish it. It's like, bitch, I'm not done.
Yeah. No, he's like, I knew you couldn't finish. Yeah, because because did you realize that? They've been married for years. And she's like, oh, have you finally come to consummate the marriage?
Right.
Because they've never fucked.
Right. Because he
'cause
fucked that one chick and then was like, yeah. Oh, what's happening? What's going on?
Well,
so I'm like,
so here's the thing. So this is another thing that I did really like about. When I first watched the episode with when him and Rhaenyra go off and through the town and the sexual awakening episode, it's kind of a lull, boring episode.
he called me a boy.
But what's interesting is it was explained in the behind the scenes thing afterwards, and it really sold me on it. And that is how we've seen throughout the whole series so far that Daemon is basically, he's impotent most of the time. Like, he can't get it up. He's not confident. He can't do it. And it's any time he's with a woman that's confident. And so that's why he could never fuck his wife, because she's a bad bitch that doesn't give a fuck. And she would jump on him and ride him like a crazy ass bitch. And he don't like that. And that's why you get to the prostitute. He has that one prostitute, but even with her, he can't get it up because she is about that life. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm ready to fuck you. Let's do it. And he doesn't want that. He wants to go fuck somebody that doesn't want to be fucked, basically. And so then he gets Rhaenyra, who still a virgin and whatever, razzle dazzles her a little bit, gets that sexual tension, and then it's like, okay, I'm about to just take this bitch. And she's about it. And as soon as she's about it, he shuts off. Can't do it. And he runs away. And I did really like that he's like, oh shit, she wants it?
He kept going. He's like, oh.
I mean, immediately limp. Like,
I was
all
like,
of a sudden, he's like, can't do it. I got to go. And then he wakes up in that prostitute's cave or whatever the fuck that was at. It was
Just to be
terrifying.
saved by a whore.
Yeah. But
It's like, oh god.
yeah, so I do like that. I'm really hoping that somehow after all this, Damon ends up becoming like an awesome character, like an actual like good guy or anti-hero of some sort, because
he's gonna have a little turnaround.
yeah, because in some weird ways he is still like diehard Targaryen. Like,
yeah,
he still is about his family and he's about his brother, and he's like,
yeah,
I'd be a better king than him, but he's the king, and like all these things. Like, so I think that once
I can talk bad about my brother, you cannot.
Exactly.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's when I think, whenever this civil war starts coming up, if he's not already a part of it, like if it's Rhaenyra versus the Sun, and that's the civil war, I think he will choose Rhaenyra's side and possibly become kind of a good guy for us, which would be cool. It would be really awesome because Matt Smith is a fucking piece of shit in this series, and I hate him to death. And if they can turn that around and make him awesome, that'll be dope as shit. Because that's kind of what, I know you haven't seen the series, but that's what they did with Peter Dinklage and Tyrion Lannister. Is he's an absolute awful person, and then by 3-4 seasons in, he's everyone's favorite character basically. And I mean, he's a massive part of the show, and it's really cool. So yeah, if you ever wanted to watch Game of Thrones, highly recommend, my boy. But yeah,
it's dope. There. We'll see. It's a very big commitment. But we'll see. Like I said, I love his character. I love a lot of characters. And he even tried to swoop in on the daughter at the celebration. I was like, you motherfucker.
That's the thing. I think they get married. I think in the 10-year jump, I think he is with her.
Well, let's see. Because he damn sure tried.
And
then Rhaenyra came back and was like, take me.
Oh, that's what I got to talk to you about. I think this bitch still wants him.
He does. She does.
Even on the wedding day, even though she is wanting to fuck Kristen, she's like, quit being a bitch,
slain all my king's guard, and take me to Dragon Throne or whatever.
And marry me.
Like, what are you
doing? And then I'll be your wife, and then I can have your babies, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, what the fuck?
That's why I'm starting to be like, oh, Rhaenyra.
I like all of a sudden she's just like a very horny, like dark, like when she's in that mood, you better watch the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. She flips. I'm like, what happened? Why? Yeah. That is your uncle, girl.
I know, man. It's weird. Like, you literally like half raised by this motherfucker, and
is it like do you look up to him? Like what? Like what is the fascination? So I'm like, all right, whatever. But I'm on board. We got it. I'm caught up. I like it. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm invested. Now we shall see where it goes. Because it's 10 episodes, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. We shall see. All right. Before we get into our main topic of the evening, be sure, if you made it this far, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for stopping on by. If you are new, hit that thumbs up. Helps the show reach a lot more people, and hit the notification bell, all right? So, She-Hulk has debuted.
Do what?
She-Hulk.
I don't know.
Debuted episode number 5. Focus. There you go. And again, another cool knockout for me. We have the trial of the name that would be She-Hulk.
By Titania.
I like the way they did that. We was curious, like how they gonna
do the title card.
Switch it up.
It's fucking smart. Yeah.
They open up with just promotion, like her skincare. There's billboards and shit. Jen's just all like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Goes to this bitch like, give me my shit back. I don't want money. Just give me my name.
Yeah.
Obviously doesn't work. So now the boss is like, listen, figure this shit out, because nobody wants to hire us. We can't handle our own shit. Fix it. She gets, appointed a lawyer within the firm who's very stern. It's like, listen, we're not co-workers right now. You're my client. Let's get this done. So while that is happening, Nikki and Pug, which I fucking love.
I love Pug.
The both of them together, just like, this
Yeah.
is gold. He's like, hey, I'm about to give me some Iron Man 3s. I need some help. It's like, well, cool. I need some help too. So basically get an end Plug to get She-Hulk some clothes and a possible superhero costume. So it's like, yeah, let's go check it out. And from there, it's like, it's the best parts of the episode to me when they're on the way to find this shit.
I love when he's like,
great.
I got it from the drip broker.
Drip broker, I got Alonzo send me.
Oh my god!
And she starts speaking all type of Chinese, and she's like, "Bro, I'm
she's
not
racist
Chinese."
as fuck. Yeah, I know.
Right.
It's like,
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
I feel terrible. Yeah,
I've offended him. This is bad. We can't do it. So we think it's the guy. He comes back. He has these knockout fucking Avengers gear. Avengers and Avengers. It's like, you're not gonna go see him, but at least you buy some shit.
Yeah.
So they get dripped out on Avengers shit, and they go to the guy. I was like, cool. Who's fucking Edna? What's up? Who we getting?
Correct.
And like, yeah, we don't just take walk-ins. 15 minutes because they bribed him saying She-Hulk's an Avenger. It's like, you get a consultation, 15 minutes. My assistant will set it up. Bye. And they start dancing the fucking jig. And he's like, yeah, I can still see you, bro. And he's like, oh, well, whatever. But it's just, I love that shit. So
Hug's like, oh, sorry, sir, or something like that. He's like, oh.
Right. She's like, oh, okay, all right, it's all right. Well, I'm out of here. So meanwhile, the trial's going on. Right now, She-Hulk is saying, hey, we trademarked this name. The court's like, we got video of you saying you fucking hate the name. You're not She-Hulk. I'll never be She-Hulk, yada, yada, yada. In Clutch, her lawyer's like, we got one more video, Your Honor, of the news article, or interview, I should say, of her saying we shall forever be She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So now we shall go into a recess. I don't know what to do. Come back. Now she's trying to figure out, how can I do this? So she's like, oh my God. She runs into this fucking horrible guy in her office that she went to on a date with. And was like, oh shit, I can use all these fucking assholes who dated She-Hulk. She does that, brings them to the court, interviews every single one of them. And the fucking dickhead
The sergeant
left
that fucked her. Yeah.
and I felt so bad.
Rough,
when
man.
he said this shit. It's like, yeah, she's just not my type. Yeah, but She-Hulk, she's amazing. And they close in on her. I was like, oh, I feel so fucked. Like, that's
She's
dumb.
like,
Yeah. I was like, wow, you asshole. I hope
what a
you get a
fucking
hole
yeah.
punched in your face.
That's correct.
So she wins the case, and Titania has a new man too that can buy her things and everything.
That was Otunga, wasn't it?
That was Otunga.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, it's like, fine, you can buy me things.
Yeah.
And then we see, well, first of all, the drip master, where the fuck it was,
Drip broker.
drip broker, was hilarious to me. He was just a typical, like, I don't have time for this, darling. Please get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, stop wasting my time. I don't make basic shit. I was like, go ahead.
She's like, oh, I just need like a lawyer suit. He's like,
Right.
what?
Like, what? Yeah, you can leave.
It's
You
like,
can
no,
leave.
it needs one that shrinks and grows with her. And it's like, oh,
Right, do you need combat effective uniform? Do you need this? Do you need that? It's like, no.
yeah,
just-
fire retardant. Yeah.
Right, just a suit. She's like, oh yeah, it's so cute. That's so nice for you. Yeah. I was like, go ahead. But at the very end, he's like, hey, my clothes. Where are they at? Try this on. We ain't see shit. But we did see in a lovely little box. It's like, hey, cover the shit up. Confidentiality, man. The gold horns of the devil sitting right there. And everyone came in their pants. I know I did. It was glorious. So yeah, what did you think, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, episode's obviously great. The show's great. This is probably my least favorite episode out of the 5. And that's not really a knock necessarily. I just think that the first
Same.
4 are just so damn good. But this is probably
Same.
the worst one. But yeah, overall, everything that still hits. I mean, this is just kind of a slower one where, you know, and that's also kind of just the vibe of like, if you get sued for something stupid, your life becomes boring and slow and terrible for a little bit, you know? but then also that's what's funny is it's the opposite of funny. Is all of a sudden they just kick you with some deep emotional storytelling that fucking hurts.
Yeah.
And that is her realizing, like, I got these powers and I got, this other side of me now, but no one, like, I was a nobody. Then I got these powers and I am still a nobody. People don't fucking like me. Even though first of all, Tatiana Maslany is adorable as fuck.
Yes, dude, I was going to say, whenever she's in that overly big ass fucking suit and it's just her, like,
yeah,
I'm like, oh,
well,
like,
I mean,
I fucking love it.
When she's like, I made breakfast, and she's got her curly hair in a bun and that big shirt, I'm like,
yeah,
that is the cutest. Like, I would be
like,
head over.
Let's go.
Exactly. I mean, it would be incredible, and pun intended. And I mean, it's just like I can't believe that they're playing on this thing of like she's ugly, but yeah, the fucking surgeon's an asshole.
Yes, he is.
He got that Hulk puh.
He dies.
And yeah, I mean, it would be great if he somehow, like, I don't know.
Dies.
There's nothing that's gonna happen to him, but
it should.
But yeah, no, I was not expecting that storytelling, but it hit. It was like, it made me feel bad, which is probably also a reason why this episode is not my favorite, because it made me feel feelings that it was successful in what it wanted to do.
Right.
And that made me feel shitty for her.
Very shitty.
And yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, I feel bad for her, but I'm excited for what the next episode is. I'm guessing we'll now get, first of all, some transforming suits that, transform with her.
Yep.
We'll also get the spandex, the purple and, silverish spandex, and maybe possibly the Devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Absolutely.
That's a little bit more lighthearted. So let's hear it.
A little bit. And I like that, now we have our ending connection, the one who makes all the fucking zeros, which is dope. So that'll be a recurring thing, which is good. I love that. I like that character. I want to see more. So good episode. At least it's my least favorite one too, out of them. But like I said, that's not a knock on it at all.
Correct.
And it sucks because I filmed a reaction for this and I did it.
Oh,
right. Didn't go up because,
oh no.
So what happens is I usually have a direct port that goes into the back of my TV that I can plug headphones in. So I can listen straight from there. This TV does not have that for whatever reason. So I have to go through Xbox and then plug it into my controller. Problem is, when that happens, when I plug it in, the thing stops for like a second. When I plug in, it's like stop, and it continues playing. So in my video, when I go to line that up, it starts off aligned and then gets further and further away from me in lining up and what I'm watching and saying as it goes.
That's correct.
So I'm like, fuck. Well, now I can't use any of this because I'm just all the way behind now on this. Yeah. And these shitty ass headphones kept going in and out. So that would push it back even more so. So I'm like,
what kind of TV is it?
I don't know.
Is it a Roku TV or
LED shit? It's Samsung.
Okay. I know on Roku's they have a headphone jack in the remote, but I don't know about. I doubt Samsung does, but
does not.
Yeah, but that sucks. No, that's terrible though. I feel bad for you. But what you're talking about, so now whenever I get the Disney Plus episodes early, I have that problem with the official one at the end. Is things are off slightly, and so if I line up the Marvel fanfare, and then I just skip all the way to the end, the last scene of the episode, I'm going to be a full 30 seconds off, and I have to go through and edit just seconds every minute or so. I have to cut off like 2 seconds and realign, and it is a fucking nightmare to edit.
It's too much. I was like, I'm not doing that.
So yeah, no, I don't
that
blame
was
you.
way too much.
Because then
but
on
it'll be
top of that, you have
fixed for
to
this
edit
one,
it
though.
down
Mhm.
for YouTube, and I just can't do it, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's greatly annoying. But now I have my new headphones all charged up, so they'll be ready to go, and they can just I'll have no interruptions,
Sweet.
and I can listen throughout. So I'll be good for the arrival of the man with no fear. So we shall see.
I hope he shows up.
I hope he does too. I hope he does. Well, I think so, because they did like a whole mid-season or whatever premiere, like promo thing, where they just
Okay.
showed like the rest of the season and trailer. I didn't watch it, so I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to see this shit. But I've
Right.
seen a still of her and Daredevil. I don't know if that's the next season next episode or further down. I don't know.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. All right. So that is it.
Yeah.
That does it for She-Hulk. Not many active in the chat, so I don't think we need to do a comment section
I
at
do
the
agree,
moment.
sir. I do
Yes.
want to pinpoint this one though. I know he's probably not in here anymore, but Mr. Poopy Pants, this is not an unpopular opinion.
At all.
Just a heads up, my boy.
At all.
And that's that is what's sad. Tatiana Maslany is adorable.
Yes, she is.
If she can get it,
Yes, she can.
She-Hulk could get it.
Get it.
I mean, like, it's
Like,
weird. It's weird to
get.
me how they figured that out.
Bitch,
But they
when she
figured
did
that
that
out.
straddle in that dating episode, I was like, yep, that's all you gotta do for me.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
it was game over for me in the first episode when she's in the little shorts and the little shirt with the hair in a bun.
Oh, yeah, that was immediate for me. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Like, she
To
could be
this
like that
day, that's my
every day
favorite
at
look of
home.
her.
Yeah, no, she looks incredible in
Mhm.
that. It's fucking terrible.
That
But-
or the tank in workout shorts. That one too. was hot.
Yeah. Correct.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, they knew what they were doing. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining us on the latest episode of the Film Cave. Had a great time, had a good show. Thank y'all so much for joining in, whether you are here live and or on the playback. We appreciate the love. Either way. So, Logan,
Yes, sir.
tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on.
You can find me right here, Logan_Swish on the Twitter, Logan Swish, YouTube, and Patreon, where you'll find all the unedited reactions to things like She-Hulk. I'm still unsure if I want to do Andor or not.
You can do it. You can take care of that.
It's tough because apparently it's great, but I also don't know if it is going to be reaction worthy. So we'll just have to kind of see on that. But I want to say John and his YouTube is in the description. And I want to thank him for getting caught up on House of the Dragon. And you could do also reactions to that going forward, or maybe start with the finale. Or
power. Oh,
yeah, no, it's tough. It's
a
tough.
lot of editing.
Yeah, it is tough. And also, just a heads up, Game of Thrones is kind of known for the episode before the finale being when shit really
Pops
hits
off.
the fan. Yeah. So, yeah, but I'm glad you're on the boat and, ready to ride, man.
I am here. And of course, Logan's channel could be seen in the description box of my video if you're watching through my channel. So be sure to go show him some love. At the same time, hitting that subscribe button, that thumbs up, and a notification bell. Highly appreciate you and I love you. It's your boy Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And as always, we will see y'all in the cave. Peace.
See you guys.